The time is 5:30. So can I have a roll call, please? Present.
Present. Present. Here. Present. Here.
Present.
Here. Here.
As you know, we have a couple of new board members. Carlos Villegas has been appointed to the board, as well as I've been appointed as well. So just want to make sure that there's going to be some big changes that we're going to be doing in the golf course. And so I know you probably read about it or heard about it. We did discuss it in the city commissioners meeting, the last meeting. And so you all will be part of that as far as the changes that are going to happen. I do want to go in executive session to discuss personnel issues. That's why we have the attorney today. So that'll be item 3 on the agenda. So we can go ahead and go to item 2, item A, approval of the minutes of the March 9th, 2021 regular call meeting.
That's so moved. I approve.
We have a motion, a second.
Yeah.
Any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against, same sign. Motion carries. Item B is revenue and expenses report for the month of May 2021. Mike, Vernon?
Good evening, gentlemen. Your revenue report for the month of May 2021. Revenues at $65,013.72 with expenditures of $90,619.18. Showing a loss for that month of $25,605.46. Special notice should be taken that compared to May of last year, revenues were up, and also the expenditures this May we were able to hold down. But also COVID, we were in the process of opening up from COVID back in May also. With the revenues at 65, looking back from looking at May of last year, all departments were up. Green fees and cart fees were up in May, along with the other smaller departments, driving range, food and beverage, and of course the other smaller departments. So it was actually it was a good month.
Very good. Any comments from anybody? If not, I entertain a motion for approval. It's been moved and second. Who's second? We have one. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Against, same sign. Motion carries. Item C, the status report of golf course operations for the month of July 2021.
All right. Status report, gentlemen, for the golf course. We continue our fertilizer program on the greens, which includes a fungicide program to combat the grass diseases that we've been experiencing, especially with the heavy rains, fairy ring in particular. That's when you notice a different color of green come out on the greens, and it's more of a circular motion, so we've been able to combat that. We continue to work on the irrigation system with replacing of the nozzles and fixing of the leaky heads. Completed our verticutting and top dressing of the greens. Aerified number 9 green and the practice putting green. And what we did there is we harvested the cores to be used for the greens edges, and we were able to apply those cores to specific holes on 9, 11, 13, 17, and also the practice putting green. Fairways were verticut, and the tee boxes also. We continue to work on the fairway versus the rough definition that enables the golfer to distinguish between the different cut heights. Going into the clubhouse, our upcoming tournaments for the month of July, we have the Rio Grande Valley Juniors Tournament, July 9th, and we have the, not July the 9th, that was supposed to be, but that got rained out. That has been now scheduled to July 27th, along with the SDPJ Junior Tournament on June the 20th, July the 20th, I apologize. Our app users are up to 2,100, and that's all taking advantage of our loyalty program, our course news, and our other offers. Some old news, but I thought it'd be relevant so you can see how bad the winter Texan traffic kind of hurt us this year. Was the 3-month membership level during the height of the season was 69 memberships versus 160 memberships prior year. So you can see there's a dramatic drop off with the winter Texan traffic. Driving range revenue is still outperforming prior year. The concrete pad that we poured, we will utilize that with mats that will allow us to close half the tee box down for maintenance and recovery, or possibly close the entire driving range down, green area, and put people on mats there in order to for the grass in the teeing area to recover. The new Yamaha golf cart fleet has arrived. I do plan on increasing the cart fees October 1st because of the new fleet, going up $1 for 18 holes and 50 cents for 9 holes. Kind of an FYI on that one. And our Wednesday Sundowner, which started back in April, the event has been averaging anywhere from 36 to 48 players, weather permitting. We've been having a really good turnout with the Sundowners, mostly in the 40s, which is better than what we did back in 2019. Of course, we didn't have it last year because of COVID, so on. So a Wednesday Sundowners has been good. But the problem is this year is that we've been dodging raindrops on certain Wednesdays. So we've had some rainouts. So other than that, gentlemen, that is your status report for the golf course for the month of July. Any questions?
Go ahead.
Mike, thank you. On your Yamaha cart fleet, you got your entire fleet?
Yes, sir.
So is that on a 3-year lease, or how do you do that still?
That's basically on a 42-month lease.
42-month lease?
Yeah.
So these are brand new Yamahas?
Brand new.
What did you have before?
I'm sorry?
What were you using before?
Yamaha.
Yamaha?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? Go ahead.
Were you able to get the towing feature on these
Yes,
carts?
sir.
Awesome.
The towing feature is it's a big plus.
Great.
Big plus. Rather than having one person do a cart, now we can tow up to 3 carts at one time. Or actually 1 cart plus 2 towed. They don't recommend going anything more than that because it puts strain on the one that's being the engine, so to speak. So the towing is actually really has been a saver as far as revenue goes and time. As far as, I should say, expense versus and time.
Mr. President, I have a couple
Go
of
ahead,
questions.
George.
I know, since we have some new members, Mike, and we haven't met in a bit, can you tell us the new features versus the old features? Plus, I don't know if we talked GPS, and I don't know if that was part of the package.
Yeah, GPS was not part of the package.
But there was newer features on these Yamahas that we.
Correct. The newer features basically had to do with the USB port and the tow system. So on. Is the USB port, as everybody or some of you that do rent the carts would know, that the USB ports and the electrical components of that were not very well made. So they went out quicker. There was a definite upgrade in the USB ports, and of course the towing system that we involved. But the major change basically is just the fact that the technology of these carts versus carts of basically 42 months or 4 years ago. They're a lot better. They're built better. So on. So I'm hoping that We don't have rust issues or strut issues like we had with the old fleet, so on, along with the electrical components being the USB ports.
That was gonna be my follow-up question, Mr. President. I know, did we keep the other ones the same time frame?
We kept, yes, we did.
So did we determine 42 months for a reason, or
That's
could we
what
have
they
gone with
came
3
with.
year? Oh,
That's what that was what the lease agreement came with.
okay.
The one that was signed 4 years ago. So it's early, it's an early term, it's an early lease. Typically, they run 42 months. They like doing 42 months because the life expectancy of a battery is 48.
Oh.
So then warranties run out for batteries at 48 months, and then electrical components run out at like 36 to 38 months.
Everything's
on.
within the warranty time frame.
Yeah, so then this way, everybody kind of gets fresh. They don't start having fresh issues with warranties, with batteries, and we get a new golf cart fleet.
Thank you. That's all I had.
Mr. Chairman, one final question.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
So how many came with the fleet?
We've got 65 plus 5 transport vehicles and 1 utility vehicle.
What was the difference in price?
Difference in price was very negligible. Is actually quite surprising after a 4-month lease, a 4-year lease, I should say. There was about maybe, if I remember correctly, it was dollars. It was $1 to $2 per cart, if that, so on. Along with the fact that we were able to purchase the 5 of the older fleet and plus the utility vehicle that came with it. So when we looked at the overall package that they offered, it was negligible. It was actually really close to what it was 4 years ago.
Great. Any other questions?
Mr.
Go
Chairman,
ahead.
first off, a statement and then a question. And the statement is, congratulate Efrain and his staff. The course is looking very, very good with a few exceptions. And I think I talked to you about the exceptions on hole number 18, hole number 4. You know, it's a ditch in front of the greens. And it's been a while. I mean, it keeps, I mean, I don't know if it's your irrigation and the water that rushes off the greens, but I mean,
It's and hole number 12. It's something that we've looked at and addressed. Definitely, I'll talk about this too, of what we plan on doing. Anywhere from putting in French drains to make go that
Right.
way, so on.
Right.
So that's an option. And I really,
French
we really don't
drains
want to
are,
really remove-
what they use in the septic tanks,
Yeah.
the ones with the holes and.
and
Yeah.
the pea gravel, and then you lay it
Pre-gravel.
all over there, and grass comes in underneath it. Correct. Yeah.
Okay, and I have a question. Do you have enough staff?
We're using some staff members as we speak. We tried to get full staff, and then one of them we're losing to Rio Grande PD, sports department over there. And but yeah, he's leaving on the 20th. We're always like 1 or 2 down every week because doctor's appointments and stuff like that. So it's always they got days off and they go to the weekend.
And the reason I'm asking this is because one of your retirees had asked if there were any positions, and I said I don't know. I'll ask. You know, what do you want to work? Full time, part time? He says, no, I'm bored. I'd like to work a little part time. And so ideally, you'd want to hire somebody with a little experience, but unfortunately, somehow he had a rehire on his retirement paperwork, according to him. Is there? I mean, maybe it's a personnel reason that I
don't know.
should not be aware of, but other than knowing that the man does a good work, I would wonder if you're short, why not hire? Yeah, that's it.
I have another question. And I'll ask you, sir. You having any issues with your
any leaks, we're still
Yeah.
having that problem? I know
Yeah.
that's always been a problem.
Yeah.
But we haven't done anything as far as upgrades to the, and I guess maybe you'll be talking about it a little bit more during executive session. But-
Irrigation is a big problem there at the golf course. We just drained the number 18 lake. That's our main source of water. We drained it and the pipe that's there, first of all, it's sitting on the bottom. So everything that it's gravity flow. So everything that sits on the bottom is gonna go to our well. And our well, the pumps suck up shells, trash, whatever's in there. There's a filter, but I saw there's a lot of holes on that pipe. It's like a 20-inch pipe.
The reason I ask is I'm familiar with that because I worked out there for a year and a half and I was out there on the yard all the time and that took up most of our time and consumed a lot of our labor doing nothing but repairing leaks and replacing valves and all that kind of stuff. So I was wondering, but maybe
That still is happening.
Yes, sir.
So
That's a daily thing with
So-
leaks and stuff like that.
We're able to fix we're able to put Band-Aids on it, what have you, and we do have a filtration system that was purchased, year to year and a half ago, and that has helped.
Yeah.
But this is coming, the shells and everything else that we're experiencing is coming in after the fact. When we drained the lake and he was able to get down in the hole and pick everything up, it was shells, it was pieces of metal, it was stuff that comes in after the filtration
get
system.
into your sprinklers and
Yeah.
everything.
So
Okay.
Any other questions? If not, do we have a motion for approval of the status report? We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Are there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Again, same sign. Motion
Thank you,
carries.
gentlemen.
Thank you. Go ahead and go to executive session now, in accordance with the chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code, section 551.071 to .087. The Pharr Golf Course Advisory Board hereby gives notice that it will not meet in closed, non-public executive session to discuss items listed in the public portion of the meeting agenda. Time being 5:47. We're now back in regular session, the time being 6:29. And there was no action to be taken from the executive session, so I have a motion for adjournment.
So move, Mr. Chairman. Okay.
It's been moved in second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Again, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The clubhouse, dude.